Returning April 5th of 2025 is Rei Hisuian Decidueye. This sync pair originally released in October of 2023. It is a sprint with an EX roll of Striker. If you look at his stats, we'll go ahead and EX him. Also add his EX roll so we can just kind of look at what he's going to be maxed out at. He has a HP at 812, an attack of 548, a defense of 204, a special attack of 304, special defense of 228, and a speed of 442. Now let's look at the moves. We have Triple Arrow, which is a 4-gauge move, which is pretty much no problem for him because of how high his speed stat is. Hits only one opponent, but critical hits land more easily. Has a 50% chance of lowering the defense by 1, and has a 30% chance to make the target flinch. If you do have issues with the gauges, you do have Move Gauge Boost, which you get 2 of. Charges the user's move gauge by 3. And then you have his buddy move, Triple Arrow Barrage, which is another 4-gauge move, but instead it hits all opponents with a power of 300. Activation condition: when your team sync pair uses a sync move once, and deactivation when it's used, meaning every sync cycle you're going to be able to drop this Triple Arrow Barrage and just deal a lot of damage. Except in certain circumstances, successful hits with this attack become critical hits. Lowers the target's defense by 2 ranks. Makes the target flinch. The power and chance of applying additional effects of this move are not lowered by multiple targets. Keep in mind that as far as like most tier lists, this is an S rank sync pair. This is a really good fighting type. So if you need a good fighting type, you don't have Koraidon, or you don't have Neo Champion Bianca or Neo Champion Hop, this is a great alternative for that. Looking at the trainer move, our Hearts are 1, reduces user sync move countdown by 1, raises user speed by 6, applies super effective next to the user, and increases physical move up next by 2. Looking at its sync move, Space Time Traveler Triple Arrow, the more the user speed is raised, the greater the power of this attack. With his when he's EX, the first time he sinks, the user's sync move is used each battle. The sync move countdown is reduced by 3, like most sprint sync pairs. And then with the Striker EX roll, you're going to hit all opponents. Really strong sync move. We'll look at his Super Awakening Glass, but looking at his passive skills, Survey Corpse Teaching, grants all the following effects the first time the user enters battle, reduces the user's sync move countdown by 1, raises the user's attack by 4, raises the crit by 3. Next we have S sync move Team Free Move Next 9. Has a 100% chance of applying free move next effect to all allied sync pairs after the user uses a sync move, and then soften up 1. Critical hits land more easily when the user attacks with a sync move. Now, if you do get him and you do decide to get him to 5 out of 5 and then the additional 5 for a Super Awakening, you get Hisuian Survival Techniques. Turns the field of play into Fighting Zone the first time the user Pokemon uses a move each battle, which is nice. Instead of being at the start of the battle, you kind of get to pick when you start it off, so you're not wasting time because you want to use your trainer move or whatever else. A Fighting Zone powers up fighting type attacks. Restores the user's HP by approximately 40% of its maximum HP the first time it's in a pinch each battle. Applies enduring effect to the user if its HP is full when it enters battle. Now lastly here, what we're going to look at is his grid. So 1 out of 5, you get some power-ups and Lilith, so you can't be paralyzed. Not really much there. I mean, he's still strong at 1 out of 5, don't get me wrong, he is. At 2 out of 5, you're going to get haste, trainer move refresh, some more attack power-ups, natural remedy, quick cure, catalyst, brawling acceleration that allows your gauge to go faster while fighting zone. Brawling healing, you heal while in fighting zone on the roll. More of a chance to apply that defense down. Super desperate, once you're in a pinch, it automatically gives you super effective up next. Move gauge boost, MP refresh 2, so you can get more move gauge boost. Looking at the 3 out of 5, we're going to get Bronze Sync 5 to help out with the sync damage. Head Start 1. Triple Arrow Move Gauge Refresh 9. T-Move Berserker 2. Move Gauge Boost Critical Cure 9. Helps with healing, I guess. 2 Sync Move Power-Up Nodes, and then Insult to Injury. Moving on to his 4 out of 5, we get Triple Arrow Aggravation 1 that helps with flinching, and T-Move Slippery Sidekick 2, which raises the evasiveness of all allied sync pairs by 2. So once you use his buddy move, not his buddy move, his trainer move, the team's gonna have their evasiveness increased. And then lastly, 5 out of 5, we are looking at Trip Twice 9. You're gonna lower their speed, which isn't bad. And then we get Mighty Command 9. Has a 100% chance of increasing the user's physical move up next by 1 rank when trainer uses a move. That's really good. Mine is actually 4 out of 5. But he is still extremely strong at 4 out of 5. That Mighty Command 9 is helpful. You're going to get that slight damage boost. But this is an amazing fighting type. Like I said, looking at the tier list, it's S rank. If you need a fighting type damage dealer, he's really good. Being able to debuff their defense, being able to flinch, being able to just deal an insane amount of damage. Because you got to look at it like this. You use your support to sync, okay, and then you get up to his sync. Well, you're going to use his buddy move. You're going to deal a lot of damage. You're going to get to a sync. You're going to sync. Use his buddy move again. You're going to get to the next sync a lot faster if you sync with him again, and then another buddy move, which hits all the like everybody with his buddy move. And if you add that striker roll, your sync does the same thing. So, like I said, this one returns on the 5th of April, 2025, this month. If you need a fighting type, this is your best bet until either they release a better one or they rerun some Master Fairs, or when we get our Fighting Arc suit. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you have any questions, leave a comment. If you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. And be on the lookout for a Kari and Hisuian Samurai, which is going to be also releasing the same day. Well, not releasing, but rerunning the same day as Rei here. So, thank you for watching, and have a great day.